everyone, it's Justine, and today I'm guest designing for Kindred stamps. Kindred stamps are some of my most favorite stamps, especially because they're always inspired by pop culture, or a good majority of them are. So they have some really cool things that are probably inspired by some of your favorite shows, movies, or pop culture references. So I'm going to be using this stamp set here called Yoho, and I am going to be stamping out the pirate as well as the pirate ship using my Mini Misty. I'm going to need to be using some Copic friendly ink since I'm going to be coloring up these images. It seems like lately I've been doing a lot of Copic coloring, which I haven't done in a really long time, and it makes me really excited that I get to do so. I am inking this up in intense black ink from Simon Says Stamp. I am going to be coloring these using several different colors, which I will have listed up in the corner for you. I'm going to get started by telling you a little bit of how I Copic color. So I always start off with the lightest shade, and then I go in and think about all my shadows and I color those in with my darkest shade. Then I blend those darkest colors out with a medium, and then once again I go over the whole image with a light color, the lightest color I used in the beginning rather, in order to get that nice blend. Black can be a little bit tricky. I'm using my N markers for this, so I decided to do 2 different shades of black, which means I started with an N2, N4, and 6, and then for the other blend I started with an N4, N6, and 8, so it's going to be slightly darker than the previous version, so I get some nice little tones. If you were to color black in just a black marker, you would erase all of the lines and it wouldn't work. It always has to be a shade of gray. They always say black isn't a color, it's a shade, right? So I'm basically sticking to black and brown for this image for the most part, as well as a little bit of gray here onto the sails to just add a more realistic look to them. I also added in a pop of yellow on his jewelry in order to give a little bit of color. So once I finished coloring, I decided to cut out a circle panel using my stitch circle die from My Favorite Things, and I am going to be using the circle to actually build up my scene. So I'm grabbing the circle, I'm just popping it out of the die here, so I have this to work with. And then I also have the actual card panel that I'm going to be using, which measures 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to trace around here with my pencil just so I know whereabouts the circle is going to be, so that when I do a little bit of stenciling, I don't have to do more work than I have to, or waste any ink that I don't need to waste. So I know that that whole piece inside of the pencil is going to be covered anyway. So I'm going in with the mini cloud stencil from My Favorite Things here, and some tumbled glass distress ink and a blending tool, and I'm just taking the ink and I'm starting on the stencil itself and working my way off the edge to create these clouds. It's a really subtle look, and it's just going to come out from the circle a little bit, but I kind of like just adding a little bit of extra to the card because I thought it was looking a little bit plain just having a white circle on top of a white card with 2 colored images. So I wanted to add a little bit of something extra. I decided as well to add some of the stencil onto the actual circle itself, again just to create a little bit of interest and a little bit something different. I always think of a pirate sailing through the seas and looking at these clear blue skies, and that's sort of my inspiration for putting those into the background of this. I could have also, of course, done a sunset or a sunrise or something like that and made a really big pop of color, but I thought that would take away a little bit from the actual coloring itself. I'm going to go in now and just erase the circle that I had traced earlier, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste the circle on top of the actual card panel. In order to do that, I'm going to be using some 3D foam tape, and I'm going to remove that here. It's from 3M. It's my favorite because it comes off so easily. And then I'm going to add the circle to the actual card itself. However, I thought the actual stenciling got a little bit out of way, so I decided to go ahead along the edges and just add some more blue because I thought it was just getting lost. So it was just a lot of white on white, and I wanted to just add a little pop of color there, just something very subtle so that the clouds would stick out as well. So once I added that onto my actual card, you can see that it looks almost like a sky background, and then it's got a little bit more color than the standard white background. So now on to some of the finishing touches. I just went ahead and I cut off the circle that was hanging off of the edge using my Holtz scissors, and then I went ahead and added this to the front of my card. So I needed to create a card base. So this is my card base here. It measures 11 by 4 1/4 when it's not folded, and it's folded at the top at 5 1/2 inches in order to create a top folding card. Of course, no card is complete without a sentiment. So I grabbed a piece of black Simon Says stamp cardstock. I added my embossing bag on top so that I wouldn't get any sort of stray embossing powder. And then I had to choose my sentiment from the stamp set itself, and there's lots on there that are really, really fun to choose from. I personally decided on the How Are Ya. I've been really, really trying to make cards that I know I can actually send out, so I'm trying to pick relevant sentiments. However, if I would have stamped the girl on this card, I totally would have sent it to my boyfriend because there's a sentiment that says, "I love your booty," and I think that is so cute. So anyway, I'm going over with some Versamark ink and then stamped my sentiment down, and I'm just going to add some white embossing powder to the top there and then melt that to create my sentiment. So I'm just going to melt this using my heat tool here, and I'm using a Wagner heat tool. I find it warps my cardstock the least and melts the fastest. So that was how you can see it in real time, just how quick it actually did it. And I trimmed it down there just into a small rectangle in order to add to my card without covering too much. I'm also using some 3D foam tape to put this on here. If you're sending it through the mail, I wouldn't recommend adding the 3D foam tape on top of 3D foam tape for the circle already, because that's double the thickness, but so you can just glue it down if you'd like. Alright, so that's the end of today's card tutorial. I hope you'll give Kindred stamps a try. They have some really cool stamps, especially under the pop culture section. You won't be disappointed. Also, I have a referral link to the store, so if you're a first-time shopper at Kindred Stamps and you click my link, you get actually 10% off of your purchase. So that's really exciting for being a new customer and a nice little incentive. All right, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have a great day. Bye.